Bill King joins us, host on Nashville Sports Radio, WNSR, 6 to 9, Monday through Friday, the king of college football talk. Bill, been an interesting few days here in the state of Arkansas. How have you been?
I heard it got kind of newsy over there the other day. I'm not sure what, but that's what I heard.
Well, I don't know if you watched the press conference.
Arkansas will lose again, just like Big Game James can't beat a ranked team there at Penn State. So it's real similar going around. Yeah.
I only saw where Hunter Yurachek said that his coach that he fired didn't have the resources to compete.
Right. And I guess that means we're supposed to see, this is the thing moving forward. You wondered about watching that press conference. You know, so Bobby Petrino wants the job moving forward as the head coach. I think the feeling, too, is that, like, Hunter's not an interim. He's the full-time AD and has been for, I think, 8 years now. Do you see them tied together? It's like, I think part of the question is who's going to end up doing the hiring, because you can talk about that in September, but the hiring's done in November. And I think there are some folks that still think there may be a change at the top.
What I don't understand is if you don't have the resources necessary, what does the change have to do with anything? Now, maybe you can get a coach who overachieves with the resources allocated. Maybe that's the theory, but I'm a bit confused about Arkansas football. And here's the other thing, just to get on the field. You're not going to see a better offense than that in the SEC. That team finally clicked. That's what everybody expected Notre Dame to be. And you got their A game offensively. You're not going to run into a better pair of running backs at any point the next 5 years than you just saw.
Is there anything, in your opinion, you know, because it's worse than what we know. Anytime a team's firing 3 defensive coaches, including your defensive coordinator, letting the head coach go, how do we what can you say? What would be a step, or what would you like to see to say, hey, you kind of salvaged this season, or is there no hope in that?
Well, we're to the point where you are what you are. But could Coach Petrino get this team to respond in a positive way? The best example that I can think of is a couple of years ago, Georgia Tech fired Jeff Collins, and they moved up Brent Key, and Brent's former Georgia Tech player, lineman, and they responded immediately. Now, again, I'm not saying they won every game, but you could tell this team was fired up and willing to go to war for this coach. That's what you need to see here. It's either yes or no. There's no gray area. If it's not a response, you got to go get the new guy. May go get the new guy anyways. That's unclear, but you've got to have that feel that this team is willing to run through 10 feet of concrete for this coach.
It's just when you hear, even Bobby said it yesterday about the defense. And you're hearing him talk about the basic fundamentals of defense, running fast to the football, tackling with violence, just, you know, a lot of things that you would expect comes instinctual, and it did not come instinctual, not in any of the last 3 games at all. And it's just obviously you're waiting for some resistance of some sort. I just don't know if Bobby can fix the defense. They've gotten rid of 3 of the 4 defensive coaches, and maybe for good reason, too.
I have spent a million years on this topic about fixing an offense in season or a defense. I think it's way harder to fix a defense. I think you're stuck with what you are. You may get a few games here down the road where the result's a little bit better, but you can't fix a defense. Defense is more about players. You can trick up offenses and cover up some shortcomings. You can't really trick up a defense. You cannot hide your warts. That's going to be a problem. I would be very shocked if there's much. Now, maybe with the competition here or there and a matchup here or there, but you're pretty much stuck with this defense until whoever takes over can fix it.
No, I agree with you. I don't see another win on this Arkansas. I don't care who you got. The players are still the players there. Tennessee, A&M, right. Auburn, Mississippi State, which Mississippi State's better than what we thought, than LSU, Texas, Missouri. 2-10 is what I see. I don't know. I don't see. Do you see a win out there for us, Bill?
I wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
There's not even a half off free lunch there. it's a very expensive rest of the schedule, and it's unrelenting. That's where we're at, guys. It's sad to talk about, man. I've seen this happen a bunch, but if you're stuck bad on defense, it is really hard to overcome until you have a transformation. Transfer portal, new coach, new theory, new philosophy, new guy screaming at you. That's what it takes.
Who right now do you think the best in the SEC is? Getting off of Arkansas, who's clearly the worst team in the SEC. Ole Miss being able to beat LSU at home, Alabama getting through Georgia, Tennessee in the overtime victory over Mississippi State, Texas A&M remaining undefeated. Right now, if you were to say after, because we got 5 weeks now, we can kind of make a more informed opinion. Give me who you think the best three teams in the SEC are right now.
Well, I think I'm going to feel like I'm being whipsawed because I'm going to say Alabama. And just 3 weeks ago, they could not have been bashed more thoroughly by everybody, including me, getting dominated. And I didn't think they showed a lot of enthusiasm down at the Doak in Tallahassee. I'd go Alabama 1, probably go Ole Miss 2, and I'd probably go Georgia 3.
So part of the question about
and by the way, guys, Ole Miss has got to go to Georgia. I don't think they're going to win in Athens, but that's the way I would rank it today.
Is there any team that's can finish undefeated in this league right now?
I don't know that we're going to have another undefeated team in the league, period. If you looked, I'm sure you have, at the 26, 27, 28, every schedule looks like a horror movie. It's unfathomable other than, wink, wink, they've got the committee in their back pocket. And the committee's told them you can incur losses all you want, and we're still going to have you in, and we're going to have you a good number of teams in there. There's no other reason to do what they did.
I think Missouri might have the best chance to go undefeated, though. Like, if we're to say this year, you look at their schedule, they get Alabama at home, then it's Auburn, Vandy, A&M at home, then it's Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Arkansas. If you were to say, hey, one team maybe that could – I know Oklahoma's still undefeated right now. They lost their quarterback for a month. But if you were to make me – Ole Miss is undefeated, but I'm kind of with you, Bill. I don't know that I trust their defense if they get into a big game. But I think Missouri, outside chance, could go undefeated in the SEC this year.
It sets up best. Totally correct. It's still mathematically close to impossible to do, but you're right. They have the most most forgiving rest of the schedule than anybody else contending.
Why'd it work at Missouri with Eli Drinkwitz and Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin and not at Arkansas with Sam Pittman?
The ability to go get players and the success going and getting players. It's that simple.
Is it attached to money? Is it the message from the coach? Is it a track record that they might believe in? Maybe see what I felt. I never felt a real overarching philosophy about what Sam wanted his team to be. He might have said it. I don't ever felt like it was put into practice. I feel like you've got those. And we've asked you this before, and I think we've asked a couple of other listeners before. You know the personality and the philosophy of a Lane Kiffin coached Ole Miss team. You feel a little bit the same, maybe not as much, about Eli at Missouri. I never quite had a sense that there was a philosophy to build around at Arkansas, too.
Guys, it's hard because Sam Pittman's a good guy, and he's a really good offensive line coach. And I admire him. He's not a head coach. He's not the leadership you need there. And that's the harsh reality. So I support Hunter Yurachek. I don't quite understand his message. That's not overly positive from time to time. But I do agree with the move that was made.
When you look at the idea of Arkansas, and I think the way that you're describing, who you may be able to go get, is this a risky job for a coach to make the elevation up to the SEC potentially, but it's a tough place to coach? Is that how you view this?
It has gone from a national power, from Broyles to Holtz, to one of the three most difficult jobs in now a 16-team league. It's tough. You're not around a big volume of players. And, again, an established coach isn't going to go in there. And I don't mean Kirby Smart or Ryan Day, but I mean a guy that's at a P4 school where he's supported and he can win is probably not going to leave to go there. It's going to be a guy that you have to reach for and project, and it's got to be somebody that beats the odds, right? And there's guys out there like it. Just think about it. And again, I'm not trying to be Hunter Yurachek here. It's going to sound like it. Most hires don't work out. Think about Alabama between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. I counted it up. There were about 8 moves there. Only 2 of them through all those years were the right hires briefly, and that was Stallings, and then that was Dennis Franchione, who ended up leaving him because he felt like they lied to him about the NCAA. It is really hard when an AD is going out to hire a coach to get it right. That the odds are always against you.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.